Do I think Alloy of Law is a good Mistborn book, or as good as the previous Mistborn books? Keep listening and find out. Hello and welcome back to the channel. As you can see in the title, this is my review of Alloy of Law, the fourth book in the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson, or the first book in Era 2 of the Mistborn series. So this is my newest Brandon Sanderson read, my most recent book read also. And haven't done a review in a long time, so that's exciting. Did I enjoy it? That is the question, and that is a most definite yes. I wouldn't say I loved it, because that's, maybe people are going to take that as like 5-star amazing. I really liked it though. I think I put it as 4 stars on Goodreads. I really liked it. It's much shorter than the previous ones, by like 100 to 200 pages. I liked how short it was. I liked how fast it went. But there is a considerable drop in plot and just the characters and things like that from compared to the previous series. So don't go in thinking you're gonna get Mistborn Era 1 level. I wouldn't say that is on this level, but the next books might be. I'm just comparing this book. Like, if I compare this one to Final Empire, the first book in Era 1, sorry if I'm doing comparing. I'm not going to compare the whole review, but if I compared it to Final Empire, the first book in Era 1, there is a considerable drop in just my personal enjoyment of it. Honestly, the characters I found in Era 1 or Final Empire, the first book, were much more lovable very quickly. I think I will love these characters later on. I do love them, but they're not catching my attention yet. They're really good characters. Wax, Mawayne, Marissi, and I forgot the other one, but see, that just shows you. You can easily forget. I'm just reading on the back if there's any here now. I think it starts with like an L or so. Steris. People say Steris is really popular in this second book, but I'm not really feeling any connections to any of the characters so far. The plot, on the other hand, I liked it. It's just a classic, what do you call it? A classic robbery or heist. Not heist. So there's the plot essentially is, I should tell you what it is about. The plot is essentially that these people, they're called the Vanishers, and they go onto trains and they grab women one by one, or one at a time, and they disappear. That's why they're called the Vanishers. They disappear. And Wax and Wayne are it's like a detective kind of tale. They're called lawmakers, and I'm just trying to not tell too much. Wax and Wayne are lawmakers, which means they obviously protect the law. And if you know anything about Mistborn, obviously they will have some sort of power. Yes, there's like a relationship between the two, Era 1, Era 2, so definitely don't go into this if you haven't read Era 1. Era 1 is, I think many people can agree, is way better, so read Era 1 first, and then read this one, because there is more than just Easter eggs. It's a connection between them. But Alloy of Law is, like I said, 400 years later, and it shows a more industrialized and developed, what do you call it? What is I'm so blanking on this. The planet. Someone can tell me in the comments. The planet that Schedule, I think it is. Schedule. Much more developed Schedule, and to be specific, the main city, which is called Elendel, and yeah, so just more industrialized, developed, and there's this following Wax and Wayne, who are detectives, and they have to solve this case of who these Vanishers are that are stealing these women. And yeah, it's only 350, 400 pages. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of flashy action scenes, and honestly, I'm a sucker for it. It's amazing. Brandon Sanderson can really like show you and depict it in your mind, and it's really easy to imagine it. And just, I love it. The magic system is honestly what what the main part of wanting me wanting to come back to this series and read this one. It's just the magic system is the best one I've ever seen. It's just so insane, and the action scenes make it so much cooler, especially even in this one where it's like industrialized, and they found different ways to kill people who have these powers. It's just the action scenes are just so cool. But yeah, I'm just rambling on whatever comes to the top of my head. Wax, I'm not really what's the word? He's not my favorite character yet. And I don't know, he's just, Wayne is funny, and it's just like, it feels like a classic Western. There's the main guy who's serious, much like Roland in the Dark Tower. And then there's a sidekick who's Wayne, and he's like Eddie in Dark Tower. If you've read the series, then you know. Eddie is like the funny one, Roland's like the serious one. Wax can be funny at times, but he's mainly serious a lot of the time. Wayne is funny, but there are some things that, I don't like about him. It's just all the characters I'm not really like in love with, but they're good. The plot, like I said, is a classic heist by the bad guys, and you're trying to solve it. I feel like the plot is very simple to figure out. Like, the plot twists aren't that hard to figure out either. Feels very predictable is what I'm trying to say. It's not like a mystery tale. It's very predictable in my opinion. So yeah, the only really thing that I really liked about it is the magic system and the action scenes. Other than that, just it's really cool to be back at schedule. Yeah, the characters weren't doing it for me. The plot wasn't doing it for me. I just gave it a 4-star. Maybe I should put it down after thinking about my thoughts. Yeah, maybe 3.5 to 4-star, because it was good. It was pretty good. It was a fast read. I liked the action. I liked the fighting sequences with the magic system and things like that. But as I'm just thinking about my thoughts here, I really did enjoy it, but just the characters, the plot weren't doing it for me. So yeah, many people say the second book gets better, and I definitely will be continuing with the series because I really want to read the 4th book, even though that I haven't read the 2nd or 3rd one, so I don't know why I'm saying that. But yeah, I'm going to read the 2nd and 3rd one pretty soon. Overall, I liked it. It was good. Yeah, if someone has read this, explain to me in the comments why it's called Alloy of Law. I still don't really know. I know, like, Wax is like kind of a scientist, but I don't really know. Maybe he's a lawmaker, but I don't know what like alloy of law is, but it might be just alloy, magic system, and then law, and then just put them together. Anyway, I'm just rambling here. Thanks for listening. This has been my spoiler-free review of Alloy of Law. I think I'll probably put it at 3.5 to 4-star. It was good. I just want to know more about these characters. The prologue is interesting, to say the least. It makes you think one thing and then changes. And it's just, the prologue is something that I don't really like. And if you read the prologue, you'll understand. I don't like really when this happens. It happened in a recent TV show adaptation in December. Certain people will understand that. Anyway, thanks for listening. This has been my review of Alloy of Law. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.